2025 has been full of all kinds of ups and downs. Don't worry, I will not be pointing out your inexplicable failure to find a suitable mate for yet another year. This is strictly about Matatu culture and related stuff. Let's act normal for 1 second and begin from January. In January, we saw one of the craziest clashes between Matatu culture operators and hawkers over CBD spaces, leading to significant strikes and blockages in some parts of the CBD.
So what happened is the county government kicked out all the hawkers from Nairobi streets. You guys saw what happened, right? Tokeni kwa streets za Nairobi. But these guys have now been designated to go to the business parks where the matatus normally park.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, so matatu operators today, they blocked the main roads in the Nairobi CBD. It was impassable. If there was anyone who's trying to move to the town, it was crazy. Nobody could go anywhere. They blocked Moi Avenue, Tomboya, Ronangala, Accra Road, and they played football in protest against hawkers occupying the parking spaces.
It was eventually resolved after county officials, hawkers, and matatu representatives met, but the tensions still exist. This is also the month where two high-profile matatus, one of which is associated by a well-known public figure, was impounded by NTSA for reckless driving and illegal operations.
Tonight, we begin with the story of a mysterious matatu in Nairobi that is getting the police and the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, speaking in hushed tones.
This sparked a lot of public concerns on road safety, compliance, and regulations. I don't know how that was resolved, but I'm pretty sure this case demanded more than chai. Probably Uji. No, scratch that. Del Monte. In February, the culture had nothing much going on, other than fanatics performing their usual online runs. Also, a bus called Identity was launched to walk the streets of Kayole. In late March, a standout moment went viral online when a matatu was spotted fitted with Starlink internet. But that was just about it for March. In April, Moxie got launched, releasing a new form of competition within female matatus like Manifest, Heartless, and Night Nurse. Other than that, nothing big happened, just the usual weekend hype and sampling. In May, the culture got one of the hardest hits when NTSA issued a directive banning graffitis and heavily tinted windows on matatus and other PSVs.
Graffiti zitolewa kwa manganya. Mnafilaje? Wanataka tukue na basi kama hizi za school bus. Unakumbuka hiyo school bus wakasema zikuwe yellow. Hiyo ina make sense cause ni shule. But nganya sasa nataka tukue na nganya zinakaaje?
According to them, these vehicles had been modified with artistic designs and tints that obscured key identity features like circle name, route, and the mandatory yellow strip. As if we care about any of that.
Wanasema zina obstruct ma number plate, ma hizo ma numbers.
Hakuna kitu kai hiyo. Nyi tu mmezeeka. Nani ako kwa ofisi ya NTSA?
This led to most matatus being parked and streets remaining emptier than our MP's brains. This is also the month where we had the Makmende incident, and if you have no idea what I mean by that, check out this video. But every Kalenjin has a silver medal, or however the saying goes, because this is also the month that the iconic John Wick, aka Baba Yaga, got launched. Being the first matatu to step out with the iconic Laksana SR headlights. In June, matatu culture got the much-needed breathing room you have been waiting for since you got a girlfriend. The courts suspended the enforcement of graffiti and tint removal ban that was enforced in May. This meant that they could keep the graffitis and tints for quite a while, till a later date. So essentially, all matatus that spent their few days chini ya maji finally came out, and the streets became vibrant again. Detroit, the bus, also came back from Rico, having undergone one of the biggest changes in matatu culture. If you want to know more about that, check out this video. In July, we got one of the most controversial matatu launches in the culture. Mood that, well, other than being owned by the sitting president's son, came with unimaginable features like bucket seats, customized plates, and DJ turntables at the cockpit. This entire launch sequence raised a lot of eyebrows on the position of politics in matatu culture, but here we are. If you want to know more about Mood's launch and the events that followed, check out this video. It is also important to note that this is the month when Opposite lost one of its prominent crew members, Movella, in the hands of a vehicle whose sole purpose was to preach eternal life. Ironic. In August, Optimus Prime got launched, throwing a little shadow on Mood and pretty much drawing Mood's attention the other way. Other than that, matatu operators blocked both directions of Ngong Road in a dramatic protest. They were complaining of police officers' harassment, and they were demanding to meet NTSA and police leadership to air their grievances. In September, Ali Bumaye came back from Rico with various changes, and if you want to know about his transformation, check out this video. It was also around this time that some of the top drivers in Matatu culture were suspended, lowering the existing Matatu hype and street vibrance around the involved vehicles. To understand more about that, check out this video. In October, Delirium was launched to represent the roads of Kiambu and immediately became a laughingstock. And here's the reason why. If rumors are anything to go by, then whatever forex traders do in their free time might just be real. This is Delirium, the newest kid on the block, or so we thought. So anyway, he found a way to be branded as forex. You will see why in a second.
Tunategea saa hii, mnyama tunangoja toke jikoni ni Delirium. Homo na Delirium anakuja, na anakuja na ubaya.
And after a couple of very serious hype online and kuoshwa on the launch day, he was finally released to roam the streets. Guess what his first order of business was? In less than 12 hours since his launch, he got involved in a rear-end accident with the Super Metro somewhere in Kangudo Road. In forex terms, that kind of behavior is known as kukulana nyuma. Kind of reminds me of my best friend Kevin. After a very serious hype online, he delivers his finest 3 seconds amechi and goes straight back to Rico. I sincerely hope that when he gets back, he forgets the name Forex. In November, there was the long-awaited Matatu Culture Awards that saw to it that Opposite became Kenya 1 for the 4th time in a row.
And the winner of Kenya 1 is... The winner is... Opposite!
Sparking all forms of praise and jealousy combined. Detroit took an award for Rico of the Year 2025, Phenomenal took an award for Sound Beast of the Year 2025, and Yaga took an award for Best Crew of the Year 2025. The awards were filled with all forms of youth, from expensive gadget collectors, aka pickpockets, to genuine culture admirers, aka everybody else. If you wanna know more about that, check out this. Actually, I don't have a video for that one. Anyway, other than the awards, some new vehicles got launched. These vehicles include Mad Max and Syndicate. In December, we had the famous Beba Awards, and in this one, the ultimate overall top position, aka Kenya 1, was taken by Mood. In these same awards, the overall top driver of the year was taken by Osto, aka Hatariman. And if you wanna know why he definitely deserved the spot, check out this video. Other than these awards, a new Matatu, Versace, got launched, and he was to represent Route 125 from Gai and driven by Sule from the famous G Unit. In other hilarious news, this is also the month where Kenyans decided to boycott a Matatu that largely featured Samia Suluhu, the president of Tanzania, in its graffiti. This came just a few days after the largely controversial Tanzania elections and the series of events that took place after. I don't have a video on that, but feel free to check it out on any online news platform.
I believe this Matatu owner has been forced by Kenyans to erase, to remove the graffiti of Samia Suluhu. Remember, Kenya threatened to boycott that circle, and he was forced to change that graffiti.
Let us link up again in December 2026 for another full year recap. That is in case Jesus doesn't come back in the course of the year. In the meantime, subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my usual buffoonery. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for your love and support. And if you'd love to support me at a deeper personal level, use this set of numbers. With that being said, I hope to see you on the next one. Happy New Year.
Weka lighter, weka simu kwa hewa. And the winner of Kenya 1 is